So today we're going to start looking at quadratic word problems. We've been doing a bunch of different solving quadratic equations. This is just the next step. Okay, we're going to be seeing quadratic equations, but in the form of word problems. Now, when you're doing these problems, one of the most important things to do when you start off with is to draw a picture. Okay, so as you go through these things, you want to draw a picture to see what you're actually doing, and it helps you visualize the pieces around it and the relationships between things, and it really helps do the problem. The other reason why you want to do it is because drawing a picture and the summatives is actually one of the indicators. So your skill at drawing the picture and labeling it and maybe even starting the equation is going to be part of the grade. Okay. So in this first question, we have Mrs. Ward. She has a rectangular garden in her backyard. Since it's a rectangular garden, what you want to do when you do these types of problems is draw the picture of a rectangle. Okay. The area of the garden is 500 square feet. Okay. She wants to put fencing around the garden so no animals get in. The length of the garden is 5 feet longer than the width. How much fencing must she buy to construct the fence? Okay, so as we go through this, you want to start breaking things down. Okay, we know it says the area of the garden is 500 square feet. So that is an important piece because it tells us the area. We're doing the area of a rectangle. So if you're trying to find out the area of a rectangle, you have to do base times height. Okay. So the base times height of a rectangle, it gives you the area. So in fact, out of this equation that we have here, we already know the answer, which is 500. Okay, so now we're going to figure out the rest of the variables. Okay, she wants to put fencing around the garden so no animals get in. That's irrelevant information. You can kind of just cross it off as you're doing these problems in terms of like annotating stuff. So the length of the garden is 5 feet longer than the width. Okay, so now one of the keys for this is people like look at numbers and then they just want to put numbers down when they see a word problem. But take a step back. So the length of the garden is 5 feet longer than the width. So what is the width? Okay, the width is, I don't know. I don't know what the width is. It doesn't say in the problem. All right, but that's an important piece of information. If you're not told something, right, that's supposed to be there, it's an unknown. And when we do unknowns in math, we put down x. Okay, so the width is x. We don't know what it is. You don't have to know what it is. Okay, but you do know the length is 5 feet longer than the width. So if the width is x, that must mean the length is x plus 5. Okay, so now we know the base and the height of our rectangle. We can go ahead and put those values into our equation. So we have 500 for A, the base is x, and the h is x plus 5. So there we go. So that's our equation. Next step we want to do is multiply that x times x plus 5. So if we multiply x times x and then x times 5, we're going to get x squared plus 5x. Right. Now this becomes solving a quadratic like we've been doing for the last number of days. Right. The first step in solving this is getting that 500 on the other side of the equation so that we can set it equal to 0. Once we do that, it looks like this. Okay, now the equations that we're going to give you for these types of problems are going to work out somewhat nicely. Okay, we're not giving you weird fractions or having to do the quadratic formula. They're going to be factorable because we're not testing you in this case about how to solve a quadratic. We've already been doing that. Okay, but we want to know if you can actually build a quadratic given a word problem. Okay, so we've been dealing with factoring quadratic equations. We want to find out a number that can multiply to be negative 500 and add up to be positive 5. Right? The two numbers that would do that in this case, we're going to give you some hints and actually give you the answer, is going to be positive 25 and negative 20. Okay, so 25 times negative 20 gives you negative 500, and 25 minus 20 gives you positive 5. Okay, so now we're going to take both of these answers, set them equal to 0, or sorry, both these factors, set them equal to 0 and solve. So you get negative 25 and 20. Now there's one problem with these answers, and that is, if we're looking for distances around something, you can't have a distance that's negative 25 feet. So the negative 25 isn't going to be a usable answer. So the only answer we're going to use is the 20. Okay. Now it's important in this case, when you're doing these word problems, to actually go back and look at the problem and ask, what is it asking me to find? Okay. The question at the very end of the statement or of the problem is, how much fencing must you buy to construct the fence? Okay, so in fact, what we're looking for in this case is we need to find the x, but our answer is going to be, what is the perimeter of our fencing? So we put 20 in for x, and we put 20 in for x again, and then add it to 5 gives you 25. And then all the way around the rectangle, we have 20 and 20, and then 25 and 25 gives you a grand total of 90. And it takes 90 feet to encircle the whole rectangular garden. Okay, so that's what we're looking for as an answer. So it's, again, make sure that you read the actual question to make sure you understand that there might be something else to find besides just finding out what x is. Okay, let's look at one more. Mr. Nickling wants to frame a picture of his dog. The picture is 15 inches by 20 inches. He wants to put a frame of uniform width around it. The area of the frame is 200 square inches. How wide is it? Okay. So again, we want to put down or draw a picture. So here we go. It's a picture frame. It's 15 by 20. So there's the picture. Okay, we want to put a frame around it. So there's our frame. Okay, so when you're doing this, you're basically making a rectangle inside of a rectangle. Okay. Now we know the picture itself of the dog is 15 by 20, so we can label that. It's 15 on the short side and 20 on the long side. Okay. The next thing we want to do is kind of visualize how we're seeing the area of these problems, because it's going to be usually area. It's talking about area again. The area of the frame is 200 square inches. Okay. And what we figure out is that the whole thing of the picture plus the frame is the area of the whole thing is equal to the area of the picture itself and then the area of the frame itself. Okay. So it's a combination of the two areas separated give you the area of the whole object, the picture plus the frame itself. Okay. Now the area of the whole thing is going to be, sorry, the area of the picture. So the area of the picture you find out by taking the dimensions of the picture, which is 25 by 15, and multiplying those. Okay, so 25 by 15 is going to be 300. And the area of the frame, well, that's not going to be hard to do without the dimensions, but you're given that area dimension in the problem. It says the area of the frame is 200 square inches. So we have 200 there. So our total area is going to be 500 square inches. Okay, now the tricky part. We don't know the uniform width, but the uniform width is these little red lines in the frame. Okay, it says uniform width around it. So we're looking for the dimensions of that width that is the frame. But since we're not given it, just like we did in the last problem, if you're not given information, but it's there, what do? You put down an X. So the uniform width of the frame is X. We don't know how wide it is, but we do know it's a certain amount wide. Since it's uniform width, that means every way around the frame is going to be the same amount. Okay. So there's going to be an X there, right? We can do the other way too. Okay. But before we do that, so then the total dimensions of the width of the frame is going to be 20, which is the picture, plus each of the X's. Okay, so it's important to realize that you're doing X on the left, plus the 20 on the top, plus the X on the right. And those three things combined together, the two X's become 2X, and the 20 is not a like term, so it stays as 20. When we do the height of the picture, it's the same idea. We have two dimensions that are uniform, so they are both going to be X's again. Right? And then to find the height, you take X, which is the top part of the frame, then the 15 for the picture, and then the X for the bottom part of the frame, which gives you 15 plus 2X. Okay, so now if we're trying to find the total area, we're going to take those dimensions. We're going to take 15 plus 2X and 20 plus 2X and multiply them together, and it equals the total area, which is, we just found above it, 500. Okay, so you distribute the 20 plus 2X times the 15 plus 2X, so multiply it out. And then once you combine the like terms, you will have your quadratic equation, or the start of it at least. Okay, so if you do 2X times 2X, you get 4X squared. You do 2 times 15, 2x times 15 and 2x times 20, and add those two numbers together, you're going to get 70x. And then 15 times 20 is 300. All right, equals 500. So there's our quadratic, but now, just like before, we have to get this set equal to 0. So we're going to subtract the 500 from both sides. And this is what it looks like. So this is your quadratic equation. Now you can factor it. Now, one thing you can do when you're doing these types of problems is you can reduce the numbers inside the quadratic, possibly, like in this one. If you did 70 divided by 2, and 200 divided by 2, and 4 divided by 2, so basically you take the greatest common factor of 2 out, it makes your factors a little bit more palatable. So rather than 4, 70, and negative 200, if you divide all the things by 2, you have 2, 35, and negative 100. So it might be easier to solve with those numbers than it would be with a 4. Okay, but this is still factorable. Okay, so you would get 4x minus 10 and x plus 20 as your two factors. If you take both of those factors and set them equal to 0, you'll get 10 divided by 4, which becomes 5 over 2, and then negative 20. Right? So basically, you're taking the factors, setting them equal to 0, and solving for x. Now again, you can't have negative dimensions, so the negative 20 is not going to be any good for you. So your answer is going to be 5 over 2. Now, in this case, because we're dealing with length and width and dimensions like that, measurements, right, you probably wouldn't leave your answer as a fraction. Okay. Normally, I would rather have you do fractions, but dimensions or measurements don't really make sense as fractions. You don't see in a ruler 5 over 2. What you do see is 2.5. Okay, and this is your answer because it just asks you how wide is the frame, and the frame is 2.5 inches wide. Okay, so there's no other piece of information you have to find, and that is it. Okay, so your frame is 2.5 inches, and you are done. All right, so hopefully this helps you kind of construct your quadratic word problems, and make sure you please try the practice.